And this way the drop just loses. It loses in comparison to the build-up. That's the wrong chair. I have to sit here. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm totally done. Today, I mean, by the shadow you might be able to see it's already light, like the sun is setting, beautiful right here out of the window, amazing view. I had to take care of all of the business stuff because like the studio's still under construction. I can't make any music and I don't want to sit here and do nothing. So I just started with the tech stuff and I'm close to being done, like 90%, the most annoying part, all finished. You might remember this table. It's now empty. All of the documents gone, all sorted. They're all scanned. I've decided to make this office a paperless office as much as possible. Saves the environment at least a little bit. And I have multiple backups on my hard drive, so even if the invoice disappears, I still have it on my computer. And you might be able to hear it. I have a new buddy in here. I showed it to you yesterday already. But finally, good, fresh, cool drinks. Cheers. It's time for track submits. The first one in the new studio. As you know, you send me tracks, I give you feedback, try to help you to improve your songs, get to the next step, and try to estimate how long it takes until you have your first release. Let's get right to the first one by Margitas, called Together. Progressive house song. I always love this kind of music because that's the stuff that I loved when I started and was like big at the time. The chords are nice, the synthesizer sound is nice, the kick drum has an excellent tone to it, maybe a little bit too high in the frequency, so maybe pitching it down by 1 or 2 semitones will make it sit even nicer in the track and give it more bottom end and punch. The arrangement is a little bit boring because it's just that main chord thing going on forever and there is no real modulation, so no change in the cutoff, sustain, making the synthesizer way more interesting just by making it move maybe a second layer or effects. But a very solid foundation. I think you could either fix it with vocals, that usually always helps. If you have a good vocal, it makes 80% of the song. If you want to keep it as an instrumental, I think there should be more going on, like maybe small effects and sounds here and there, and also maybe a second layer, a second melody, or at least go crazy on the automation. Really cool track by AXSENS called Infinity. I actually wrote with him a couple of times on Instagram. He always makes really cool tracks. I'm just waiting for the last 2% to release his stuff on the AXSENS label. I love it, it's cool. Unique style, a little bit darker, more underground kind of. The vocal, not sure about it. I think it could work with it. Sounds more like a sample maybe, I'm not sure. But something that goes even better with the song. But yeah, I don't know, I would have to listen to it again and again. Yeah, a proper vocal that was made for this song, and it's a release. I love the bass line, it's very dirty, and then there's this little drop, just kick, bass, and the main synthesizer. It's good, it's unique, it changes enough, not too much, straight up cool style release, just the vocal part. Next up by Kitween, a song called Thunder Lizard. Ooh, I also like this one. It's cool. Reminds me so much of Berlin. It has like this U-shaped clubby graph, a lot of sub, a lot of high frequencies. Maybe a tiny bit exaggerated, so raising the mid-frequency part a bit might be a good idea. And it's not really a melodic song, it's more like experimental, but then still the straight kind of techno vibe in the beats and the low end, very sub heavy. There's not much bass above it, but it works. This kind of music works. If you play that in Berlin in a club, 6, 7, 8 in the morning, the people will just love it. This might be also due to the heavy drug usage, but it's a good song. Just get it out there, release it. It's not radio in any way, but I think this could go onto a good Berlin label. So Kitween, please get in touch with me. I might actually be able to hook you up with 1 or 2 people, because they were looking exactly for this kind of stuff. Okay, this song isn't that far as the other songs by Bixture, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Moving On. Cool foundation, solid. I don't know for how long he or she is producing, but classic mistake, the build-up is way too loud, and this way the drop just loses. It loses in comparison to the build-up. So never ever have a build-up that is louder than the drop. You want to have the drop as like the main punch and focus in the song. If you build it up too much, you either have to kill it with the drop, and this one isn't doing that, and then please just go to the standard and have like the effect sounds, the rising sounds, the drum rolls in the end of the break a little lower in volume. You can just cut out the break entirely and raise or lower the volume. That's actually also what good mastering engineers will do. They will just cut the song into its sections, because when you master it, compress it, the break might get pushed out and be too loud in comparison to the drop. So be careful with that. It's an easy fix and gives you a lot more impact. Next up by Lilian, Swing. I don't really know. I mean, it's cool, it's unique. I never heard something like this before. Very crossover. It has the swing feel to it. Mixing wise, the higher mid part too loud, like where all of the instruments sit. It's too much in your face. For me, too hectic. I don't like it when there's so many elements coming that often in a song. I don't know, just make it spacious, a little more space between the elements. Tiny bit too much, but that's also my personal preference. There are people that just go crazy about hectic music. For me, it's not. I love it straight, simple, a little minimal, and with a big impact. Arrangement, it sounds more like a loop than a full song, so maybe some break sections in there, some build-up sections, B sections, just stuff that changes to keep it interesting over time and not just in the loop. Because as you know, music is an art form you listen to for a while. It's not a picture you see immediately, so it doesn't have to be hectic, and that one loop you listen to as a producer over and over again. Just make it a little more relaxed. And speaking of relaxing, you're watching me talking about songs the entire time, and I'm just, I mean, let me try to capture what I can see the entire time. You see, that's my view. Like, it's fantastic. This studio just makes me happy, and it isn't even a studio yet. It's just like a bunch of stuff, but the view, it's amazing. But on the other hand, it's extremely warm because I had to close the window to be able to record, but probably the fridge and my laptop, they're also warm and making noises. So I hope this video isn't too noisy. I'm still trying to fix the mic situation, and it's actually not the mic that is broken, it's the camera. The audio jack input doesn't work anymore. I tested the input. It's definitely the input, so I have to send the camera back again, which is quite annoying when you do a daily vlog, but I ordered another one and will then just switch them around again. Anyways, guys, it's time for me to go outside, enjoy a little bit of the sun, enjoy my beer, and we will see us tomorrow back again. Same place, same time. Bye-bye.
Run through the streets like we own the city. It shines so bright, it never looks so pretty.